When I turned 60, something unexpected happened. I started receiving more birthday calls than usual, not from friends, but from younger people I had mentored over the years. They weren't calling to wish me well. They were asking me questions. How did you know it was time to change jobs? What would you do differently if you were my age again? Do you have any regrets? I'd answer them honestly, sometimes even laughing. But after the calls ended, I'd sit quietly in my favorite chair and stare out the window. Those questions stayed with me. They echoed in the quiet spaces of my day. And the truth? Yes, I had regrets. Lessons I learned the hard way. Lessons I wish someone had told me earlier. Lessons you only learn when it's too late. Let me share 5 of them with you. Lesson 1. Time isn't unlimited. It just feels that way when you're young. When I was 25, I thought I had all the time in the world. I worked 12-hour days, skipped vacations, told my parents I was too busy to visit. Next time, I always said. I'll come next time. But next time doesn't always come. My father passed away on a quiet Sunday morning while I was stuck in a meeting on the other side of the country. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to thank him for the sacrifices he made or for the quiet strength he passed on to me. Time is a thief. It steals slowly at first, minutes, then hours, then decades. And before you know it, you're standing alone at the edge of your life, wondering where it all went. So here's the lesson. Treat time like gold. Spend it where it matters most, on people, not things. Lesson 2. Success without meaning is just an empty trophy. I used to think success was everything. I chased promotions, bonuses, and titles like a starving man chases food. And I got them. I had the corner office, the big paycheck, the applause. But do you know what I didn't have? Peace, purpose, joy. Success gave me a nice car, but no time to take a long drive. It gave me a beautiful house, but no laughter in the halls. I missed my daughter's first school play. I missed Sunday breakfast with my wife. I missed life. One night, years later, I stood alone in my living room, surrounded by silence. I looked at my walls full of plaques and certificates, and they felt like gravestones, monuments to the parts of my life I had buried to win them. So I'll tell you this. Aim for success, yes, but not at the cost of what truly matters. Success that doesn't align with your heart is just a trap with a golden chain. Lesson 3. The people you ignore today may be the ones you miss tomorrow. There was a man named Thomas who used to sit beside me at work. He was quiet, always smiling, always kind. We ate lunch at the same time, but I rarely spoke to him beyond pleasantries. I was always too busy. A few years after I left the company, I found out Thomas had passed away from cancer. I went to his memorial out of guilt more than friendship. But as I listened to the stories his family and friends shared, I realized how remarkable he had been. He volunteered at shelters. He mentored young men in his neighborhood. He helped a coworker secretly pay their mortgage. And I never knew. That day, I learned that every person is a book, and most of us only read the cover. We pass people by like they're scenery. We forget they're made of stories, pain, joy, memories. Don't wait until a funeral to realize someone mattered. Be curious. Be present. Learn their stories while you still can. The cafe grew quieter as the evening settled in. The old man, whose name I soon learned was Samuel, sipped his tea with a sense of ease I rarely saw in people. His words lingered in my mind like an unfinished melody. I shifted in my seat. So after you changed your life, after you started focusing on the present, did you ever miss the old life? The ambition? The drive? Samuel smiled, setting his cup down. Ah, ambition. That's a tricky thing, isn't it? He tapped a finger against the table. People think ambition and happiness must go together, but the truth is ambition is only good if it serves the right purpose. I frowned. What do you mean? He leaned forward slightly. Ambition for success? For wealth? It never ends. You'll always want more. But ambition for connection, for love, for making the most of your time, that's where true happiness lies. I let his words sink in. So you don't think success matters? Samuel chuckled. Oh, it matters. But success isn't about money or status. Success is about how much you truly live. I exhaled. I feel like I've been doing it all wrong. He shook his head. Not wrong, just misled. The world tells you happiness is an achievement, in getting somewhere. But real happiness, it's already here. You just have to notice it. I glanced outside. The rain had stopped, and the streetlights cast a golden glow over the pavement. For the first time in a long time, I realized I hadn't checked my phone in over an hour. I hadn't thought about emails or deadlines. I had simply been present. Tell me something, Samuel said. What was the last moment that made you truly happy? I hesitated. My mind automatically went to accomplishments, a promotion, a big project. But none of those felt right. Then I remembered. A few weeks ago, I said slowly, I visited my parents. We had dinner together. My mom laughed so hard at one of my dad's jokes that she nearly fell off her chair. We all laughed until we couldn't breathe. Samuel's face lit up. That's happiness, not a milestone, not an achievement, just a simple, beautiful moment. I felt something shift inside me. So what do I do? Samuel's eyes twinkled. Slow down. Be where you are. Choose joy, even in the small things. And most of all, don't wait to live. His words struck deep. For so long I had been chasing happiness like it was a finish line. But maybe happiness wasn't ahead of me. Maybe it was right here. After sharing my 5 biggest life lessons, I leaned back in my chair and let out a slow breath. The young man on the other end of the phone was silent for a long time. I knew what he was feeling because I had felt it too when these realizations hit me. Are you still there? I finally asked. Yeah, he said, his voice quieter now. I don't know what to say. That's okay, I told him. Most people don't at first. I could almost hear the gears turning in his head as he processed everything. Finally, he spoke again. I always thought happiness was something I had to chase, he admitted. Something I'd find once I got the right job, the right salary, the right house. But you're saying it's not about that? I smiled. No, it's not. Then what is it about? He asked, his voice almost desperate. I looked out the window at the golden afternoon light stretching across the sky. Happiness is about presence, I said. It's about being here now, not tomorrow, not next year, not when you finally make it. It's about the love you give, the time you cherish, the small moments you don't take for granted. He let that sink in. But what if I already feel like I've wasted so much time? I chuckled softly. Then start today, he exhaled, like the weight of everything he had been chasing suddenly felt lighter. And if I forget, I leaned forward. Then remember this. One day, you'll wake up and there will be no more time left to do the things you wanted to do. No more chances to say I love you. No more opportunities to fix what's broken. That day is coming, but it's not today. He didn't speak for a moment. Then, with a quiet but determined voice, he said, Thank you. I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. Don't just thank me. Go live, really live. And with that, the call ended. I sat there for a long time, staring at the fading light outside my window, and for the first time in a long time, I felt at peace. Because I knew that maybe, just maybe, one more person had learned these lessons early enough to truly live. The end.